This is Miami All Access.
All right, Coach, tell us about last week. Obviously coming off a really good win on the road against Northern.
Well, I thought it was probably one of our more consistent efforts throughout the game and in the start to the finish. And certainly we had some breakdowns, but to be able to go on the road and to be able to defend that group who's obviously going to drive you and put the ball on the deck and really look to attack you. I thought our guys did a pretty solid job in being locked into what we were trying to accomplish from a defensive standpoint. And certainly it helped the production that we were able to get from Logan McLean was really big, and even some of the passing that he gave us. And I thought Chris Bryant came off the bench and was very solid for us also. So an overall solid performance on the road, one that was much needed. And happy for the kids, and hopefully we can take this and build off of it, and they'll have some confidence here as we play Toledo next.
There were a lot of good things to talk about in that game, but I thought the most impressive was the defensive effort of the team. I mean, Trayvon Baker scores 21 the game before.
Right.
He gets a start. He scores 2 in the game. And really, you forced him out, made him make shots from outside, and they got some offensive rebounds, but your guys really stayed with it defensively the entire game.
Yeah, and they didn't make shots. I think they were 5 of 30 from 3, so that certainly helped us. But I think you hit it on the head in that for the most part the defensive performance was solid. The thing that really hurt us was our box outs, and we went through a stretch where they really offensive rebounded the ball and just really pounded us. And once we were able to get that cleaned up, I felt much better. And playing against those guys, it's going to be one of those grinded out style of games, and you really got to be locked in and patient. And then two, I thought we did a pretty decent job of them not getting in transition too many times. They really do a good job when they have those opportunities. And so, I thought our guys really understood what we were trying to accomplish and then went about trying to successfully get that done. And for the most part, it was pretty doggone good.
You talked about Logan McLean. He set career highs in points, minutes, field goals, rebounds. Just one of those days, and we've seen that progress come along for Logan.
Right. Well, I think, you can take it back to the tournament when we were playing earlier in the season, and, Logan showed us some things in those games from an energy standpoint. And then, you never know with freshmen. And then he went through some stages to where, I don't know if he was as locked in as he needed to be. And I think one of the things you learn as a freshman is that when your opportunity comes, number one, you have to take advantage of it. But secondly, you also have to really be focused as to what we're trying to do as a team, but also individually. Are you continuing to get in the gym? Are you doing the little things to continue to get better? And hats off to Logan, because he went through a stretch to where he was starting, was playing, wasn't playing as much, but he continued to come to practice every day, and he continued to get better. And, one of the things that I was excited about from his performance, obviously he hit a shot, he hit a 3 and everything else, but the fact that he was active on the glass and even on the offensive end. And Logan's a kid with skill for his size, and, we got it in the middle of their pressure, and he was able to dribble and drop it down and make a nice pass. And those are the things he can do. And so now, as I talked to him earlier today in practice, looking for him to be consistent defensively and consistent in his thought process as it pertains to the scouting report from game to game, and having to make adjustments and to be able to do that in a seamless manner.
Big challenge this week. On Saturday, you're back at home against Ball State. But, tomorrow, Tuesday, you go to Toledo, a team picked to win overall, I think, in the conference, and has struggled thus far. They're 2-3, and have lost 2 in a row. This is a team, though, that when you take a look at them, they're extremely talented. Juice Brown on down. I mean, they got it.
Well, I mean, when you look at this group, and actually they beat Bowling Green, so they're a team from a talent standpoint. But boy, are they good, 1 through 5. And I think one of the things, even for the group that Todd has, is that, I think when they came into this season, the expectations were higher. And part of getting good and staying good, as I always say, the difference between having a good team and a good program is when you look at the good programs, every year there's expectations, and they understand how to handle those, and they understand how to navigate the minefields. And I think this is just a learning process for that group, for the group that he has there. And, everyone's typically they're going to get a good shot from everyone. And so they're understanding that it's a little bit different, but certainly, this is a team that's capable of willing off 7-8 straight without any question whatsoever. And so, when you go there and then going to have to play those guys, you have to understand that this is a group that is very potent offensively, can really get it going, and can make you pay in a lot of ways.
Yeah, my bad. They're 3-3 after the win against Bowling Green. How important is it to get that first win on the road at Northern when you're going into a place like Savage Hall?
Well, I think it lets the guys know, okay, it can be done.
Yeah.
We've got the monkey off our back. Let's settle down. Let's continue to try to get better defensively. I think we made some improvements in that area over the past 2 or 3 games. So, we talked about it. This is a group that I see that is continuing to develop and get better. Now, the other side of that is, we've still got to be able to get output from guys and that they're consistent offensively to go along with the defense and, making shots at opportune times and doing all the little things. And I really feel that this group may be starting to really understand what we mean by that. And so if we can, continue that, go in and see if we can, deal with Toledo and that potent offense they have and just see what happens.